People said if you ate her food, you would remember things you tried to forget. Arguments that had turned brothers into strangers would melt away. Grief that sat like stones in your chest would become something you could finally carry. Even enemies, people who had sworn never to speak again, would find themselves sitting across from each other, eating quietly, tears running down their faces. But no one knew why. Until one stubborn girl decided she had to find out. In a quiet savannah village where red earth meets the sky and ancient baobab trees stand like the elders of the land, there lived a woman known simply as Manalia. She wasn't rich. She didn't wear fine clothes. She wasn't a chief's wife. She didn't speak much, and when she did, her words were few and simple. But people traveled for days just to eat her food. They came on foot. They came in borrowed cars. They came carried by relatives who had heard the whispers. They came with shattered hearts and broken families, with problems too heavy to carry alone. And they left different. Heavy hearts became light. Silent homes found their voices. Marriages that were breaking found their way back together after one meal. No one questioned Manalia. In our villages, you don't interrogate elders. You don't demand explanations for blessings. You watch. You learn. You carry the gift home. Except Zuri. Zuri was 16, sharp-minded and stubborn as a goat. She had watched her parents drift apart slowly, painfully. No shouting, no fighting, just silence. The kind of silence that's worse than anger, because at least anger is alive. This was nothing. Two people who once loved each other, becoming strangers in their own home. And everyone kept saying, "Take them to Manalia," as if an old woman with a pot could fix what love couldn't. Food is just food, Zuri thought. Rice is rice. How can stirring a pot repair a broken marriage? So one evening, as the sun turned the sky red and gold, Zuri walked to Manalia's compound. Smoke rose from the roof. The smell of roasted seeds and spices filled the air. It pulled at something deep inside her. Before she could knock, the door opened. "You came with questions," Manalia said quietly. Not asking, knowing. Inside, the kitchen felt alive. Manalia moved slowly, carefully, like someone who understood that some things cannot be hurried. She stirred. She tasted. She paused. Sometimes she closed her eyes for a long moment. Then she would add something, stir again, taste again. "This isn't just about ingredients," Manalia said. "Anyone can follow a recipe. What matters is who you think of while the pot is on the fire. What you carry in your hands when you touch the food." She paused, steam rising between them. Cook with anger, it poisons. Cook with bitterness, it spoils. Cook with love, then everything changes. Zuri wanted to laugh. It sounded too simple, too much like something old people say when they don't have real answers. Until she tasted the food. The first bite didn't just touch her tongue. Suddenly she was small again. Her mother was singing in the kitchen. Her father was laughing. The house was full of warmth and music. The family she thought was gone forever came flooding back. Tears ran down her face. That night, Zuri went home and cooked for her family. Not copying Manalia's recipe, But carrying what Manalia had shown her, she thought about her parents, who they had been, who they could still be. She thought about the laughter she wanted back. She poured all of that into the pot. They ate in silence at first, the way they always did. Then her mother smiled. Then her father spoke. Then someone laughed, small and surprised. Weeks passed. Zuri kept learning. Then one day, a man came carrying his dying wife. She was very sick. No medicine could help her anymore. But he had heard the stories. He believed her food could do something. Please, he begged, save her. Manalia cooked. The woman ate. She smiled for the first time in months. She held her husband's hand. She spoke about their wedding day, about their children, about all the good years. She died 3 days later, peaceful, surrounded by love instead of fear. The man cried, but he held Manalia's hands and said, "Thank you." Zuri watched all of this. When Manalia grew too weak to stand by the fire, she called Zuri close. She placed in Zuri's hands a wooden spoon worn smooth by years of use. "Now, Zuri, you cook. And you remember, every pot holds someone's story. Every meal is a conversation. Every bite is a prayer. You cook with your hands, yes, but you heal with your heart." Years later, people still traveled to eat at Zuri's fire. They came broken and left softer. They ate and remembered. They cried and laughed, and sometimes just sat quietly, feeling something change inside them. And when people asked Zuri how she did it, she smiled and said, "The pot is only a vessel. What heals is the heart behind it. What saves us in the end is each other."